Murphy hadn't been expecting any call from the station because as far as she could remember, she wasn't on the rota for this weekend. When she queried this with the dispatcher, she was told that Inspector Fulbridge had called in with flu and somebody had to attend a flat in Dalston where a body had been found. Great. She had to get this filthy dog home and then get to work. Right now, he looked like a dung heap with eyeballs. Checking that there were no swimmers nearby, she threw his ball into the ladies' pond and he dashed in after it, causing a bunch of ducks to retreat in alarm. That would get the worst of the mud off. Of course, he picked up another layer of slime on the way out. Nobody had told her that there would be so much bloody housekeeping involved in having a dog. She didn't remember the children being this much trouble, but that was probably selective memory. An hour later, having left the heaving mass of filthy fur with James and Clive, she was on her way to Queensbridge Road, Dalston. The car still smelled a bit whiffy, so she had all the windows open. 2C was a second-floor flat in a purpose-built block in a side street just off the main road, and the entry phone was answered by PC Julie Fraser. Julie and her partner had responded to the original call, and he was in the kitchen making the tea. Murphy pulled on her plastic overshoes and gloves and started by texting Wilcox. No reason not to ruin his Saturday as well. The deceased was a young man of about 27, wearing jeans, T-shirt and trainers. His eyes were closed. There were no obvious marks of violence, and the way in which he was slumped in the armchair looked pretty natural to Murphy. For a moment she wondered if he wasn't just asleep, but the rise and fall of the chest was definitely absent, and one of the paramedics she had encountered on the way in had shaken his head in a way that told her all she needed to know. What looked like a suicide note on the coffee table in front of him appeared to give further confirmation. His flatmate, who had made the 999 call, was sitting in the kitchen. She introduced herself as Sophie Carter and told them that the deceased was called Liam Webster. She was a fragile-looking girl with red hair and exceptional bone structure. Her mascara had run catastrophically, and wiping a tissue across her face wasn't improving the look. Murphy could see her hands shaking and encouraged her to drink the tea that Julie was placing in front of her.